Continuing with Teradata, which we saw last time. So last time we covered the topic of background of Teradata, in which we discussed regarding some major components of database, some major important components of data warehousing, and we discussed why we should use Teradata. So continuing today, what we'll see is Teradata introduction. So we'll see the introductory part of Teradata, and then what is a Teradata. So Teradata is nothing but a relational database management system, which is RDBMS. Okay, so it is actually built up keeping in mind of that, like our databases are growing very huge in their sizes. So to handle those kind of data and then giving you output of the query which you have fired in just milliseconds and microseconds, so it becomes necessary to design a database which is that much capable. So Teradata is that capable that it can provide the solution to you within like seconds. Okay, for even for a query which fetches millions and trillions of records. Okay, so now Teradata release 14.10 actually executes on a SUSE Linux server. Okay, so we need SUSE Linux for installing Teradata. Okay, and the previous versions of Teradata were like Teradata 12, 13, 14, and now 14.10. Okay, so moving further to Teradata, let's just see what are the competitive advantages of Teradata that makes this Teradata database a whole such of thing in the market that everyone wants to get this into their organization. Okay, so there are quite some features of this Teradata which are listed down here. Okay, so it's like unlimited proven scalability. What do we mean by this is like whatever the amount of data and number of users, it allows for that. It allows for an enterprise wide model of the data. Okay, so you can scale the data, you can scale the number of users. It's not like this is the only after the only size after the which you cannot scale it. It's not like that. So you can, if your organization is quite small at the start, you can have a small box, and then you can increase the size of your box as your customer increases, as your requirement increases. So this is the very much a good advantage of Teradata. Now next advantage of Teradata is like unlimited parallelism. By this we mean is like the basic backbone of Teradata, the basic thing which makes Teradata so good is parallelism. It provides parallel access to the tables, it provides parallel aggregation sorts and everything. So this makes Teradata database faster. It's parallelism capacity. Okay, moving further, now we have a mature optimizer in Teradata. So what happens in other database is like which just think about a point which we discussed in Teradata background topic is like normalization and denormalization. Okay, so our OLTP data is normalized data and our OLAP data is most probably a denormalized data. Okay, so that the number of joins required on the OLAP side are lesser, and then we can fetch the data faster. Because it holds all the historical data, it becomes very much difficult to fetch that data by using OLAP, because it involves if it involves lot amount of joins. Okay, and all the history data, it is obviously going to take time. Now what happens in other databases is, as this is a issue, they have like used the denormalized form. So they are removing this urge to use joins in the queries and all. Okay, now what the Teradata does, it actually provides you optimizer which can handle the complex queries. So it can handle up to 128 joins per query. It can handle the ad hoc processing. So what does it provides is, it actually provides a better performance as compared to other databases, a very better performance even if you have a good number of joins in your query. So like compared to other database which recommend to have a denormalized schema at your OLAP level, what does Teradata recommend is you have a normalized one, because here the join processing is very faster. So it's more likely that Teradata will perform better with even more number of joins. So that is again a very good advantage of Teradata. Now moving further, what it provides is it models the business. Okay, that means the same, means it usually is in three normal form, which I said right now. Okay, so it also provides with robust view processing and also has the capability of star schema. Now going further, the thing of star schema we'll be discussing in our consecutive modules of the database, which is Teradata database, which we'll be covering. Okay, now provide low cost of ownership. Okay, what does it mean is, like, whenever you set up Teradata, okay, the cost of ease of setup, the maintenance of it, the administration of it, no kind of reorganization of the data, and all this is very minimal. So the reorganization of data is not at all there, but the disk to data ratio, and this is very less, and the expansion facility which it provides for your system, it's too much robust. Okay, so it's very easy to expand your system. Okay, and this makes Teradata a beautiful tool. Okay, going further, high availability. So in Teradata, they have not even left a single point of failure. Okay, so there is no point of failure in Teradata, so this makes it more advantageous. Now going further, there are different types of parallel and load and unload utilities in Teradata too. What these utilities are, we'll be seeing in the next topics of our. But just a basic understanding of it is like, there are some kind of utility tools that are provided by Teradata. What they will do, they will load the data, huge amount of data, and unload the huge amount of data using some Teradata parallel transporters. So what they will do, they will load this data at very microsecond, milliseconds, this kind of faster loading and unloading of data. This kind of feature makes Teradata a more kind of having tool. Now going further, let's start with Teradata components. Okay, so a node. What is a node in a Teradata? Node is nothing but a physical server, you can consider. It consists of various hardware and software components. Okay, so a node is the one on which my Teradata software, server software, is installed. Okay, that node you can also call as a TPA node, or a trusted parallel application node. Okay,